welcome to the Catch-Up Corner.
The last episode of 2025.
Oh, that's so sad.
No, it's not. Don't lie to the audience like that.
Alright, today we are talking about Star Wars Visions.
What better way to end the year than with an anthology series without a lot of lore that, quite frankly, is easy to digest?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So it is, if you don't know what Star Wars Vision is, it's a anthology collection of different stories that take place in the Star Wars universe.
There's other than like 3 episodes, I want to say, in season 3, there's no 2 stories that connect.
Yes. Yeah. Most of them none of them follow any of the characters that we know or love. It's all different characters that just happen to take place within this universe.
There's one with Boba Fett, but that's about it.
Yeah. Some of them feature Jedi, some of them just take place in the Star Wars world, and we're going to talk about most of them today, probably. Just give brief descriptions of some of them, but we're going to talk about some that really, really stood out. This isn't going to be a long episode at all, because...
So let's kind of jump into the biggest thing I want to ask you. What was your overall thought of this series? It's interesting talking about anthology series, much like with Jim Henson Hour, because that's not really an anthology series. That's more like specials, more like the storyteller, let's say. What did you think of this series? It's hard to gauge, but if you can gauge it in an overall sense, what were your thoughts on Visions?
So my feelings on anthologies as a whole, if you follow my YouTube channel, you already know how I feel about anthologies. I really want to love them. More often than not, though, they fall a little flat for me because I find that starting a story is usually the hardest part for me.
Okay.
And so by the time that I'm starting to fully get invested in the story, it's over, and then we don't visit these characters again. So, I love the idea of short story collections and anthology collections, but they don't always hit for me.
Okay, so goes back to my question about this one.
But, wait, yes, I was getting to that. I just wanted to say my thoughts on anthologies as a whole.
All right, thoughts and prayers.
Because it's going to come back to that. I really enjoyed this, though. I had a lot of fun. Every single episode has a different art style. Every character is so unique. I don't think there was really an episode that I was bored with, which... to my surprise, a lot of people didn't really like this show.
Really?
Yeah, when I was looking through comments and reception, most people thought if you wanted to watch an anime-style Star Wars, that there were better things out there.
Such as?
I don't know. Nobody ever specified.
You know what? That sounds like the internet, actually.
Yeah.
That does sound like the internet. Okay, cool. So let's go into the seasons then. Weakest season, best season. What would you say out of the 3 seasons? Because season 3 came out this year, 2025.
Yes. Yeah.
What was the best season and the weakest season? Just rank all 3 for me, in my opinion. Or your opinion.
I think if I had to rank them, I think season 2 had more stories that I enjoyed, so it would go season 2 as 1.
Okay.
And then season 3.
Okay.
And then season 1. I mean, none of them were bad.
Really?
I had things that I loved in every single season.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think any of them were bad, but if I had to rank them,
well, that's interesting you say that, because I feel like season 3 would have been the weakest for you.
No, I don't think so.
Because it was more sequels than anything.
That's fair. That's fair.
But, I mean, the fact that you still enjoyed it is a good thing, at least, I just feel like there is, because 9 episodes typically, 8 episodes a season, some of them, if almost half of them were sequels to original stories, I thought you wouldn't like that, because it feels like reusing.
Oh, no, I'm okay with that.
Really?
Especially because we got the part 2 to one of my favorite stories in this whole collection. First of all, we started the very first episode with a banger. We started off with the duel, which I love the art style of.
Ronan was fantastic.
Yes, I loved the art style of, and I literally texted Benson as soon as I started watching it and was like, hey, so I'm going to need a whole movie, TV show adaptation on this one right here.
We got the book.
Yeah.
We got the book.
We got the book, but that doesn't give me the art style.
Okay, that's fair. You got the art style on the book cover, though.
I do, but you can't look at the book cover the whole time that you're reading
So
it.
What did you like about Ronan?
I loved, first of all, the art style. I loved the music. I loved the story. It was really intriguing. And once again, my issue with the anthologies, we do get to go back to this character once, but so the duel is about a Sith who basically hunts Siths.
Yep.
And it's so interesting and so fun. Like, I wanted to be part of that story a lot longer than the 15-minute episode that we got.
Yeah.
And we do get, like, season 3, the episodes are a bit longer.
I keep forgetting it's more than...
Yeah, it's, like, about 23 minutes in each episode in season 3, but...
15 in the first 2 seasons.
In the first 2 seasons, it's more like 15-minute episodes.
Yeah. Which is interesting, because it feels like, in some, depending on the story... shorter or longer. I don't know. I feel like some stories ebbed and flowed in a good way.
Yeah, not all of them hit. Like, I mean, there were some that I honestly didn't grasp me fully.
Like what? Before we get into some of the highlights, let's talk about the lows, I guess. We got your best one out of the way. Let's talk about the ones that kind of didn't grasp you. Like, what didn't grasp you in a way? You got this. I know there's like one somewhere in season 1 probably.
Yeah, probably The Elder.
Really?
I don't know. I just wasn't really grasped by that one.
Okay. That's not a bad one. I mean, that's not a bad one per se.
Yeah, no, none of them are bad. I just feel like there were some stories that I was like, oh, this is way more interesting than others.
Okay, see, that's fair. That is fair. Are there any others in general, like at all?
Maybe the twins.
I don't remember the twins much, actually.
Well, there you go. But it's about...
Well, I'm also suffering a sickness right now. My brain's foggy, so...
No, it wasn't bad, but the twins was about these two twins who are...
No shit!
Who are battling between, like, the light and the dark. So typical, it's...
Star Wars Acolyte.
It doesn't do anything new.
Star Wars Acolyte, okay. That's fair.
I like Tatooine Rhapsody. It's about a band, and one of the band members happens to be a Hutt.
Was that the one that was animated by Aardman that does Wallace and Gromit, like the claymation?
I don't know, actually. No, it's not claymation.
Because I know there was one that
There was one in claymation that was season 2.
Okay, I think that was Aardman, because they did expand to other studios eventually, and I think Aardman did actually do that episode.
Yeah, so it's about these band members. Sure. One of them happens to be a Hutt, and he ends up getting taken because the Hutts don't want him to be part of a band.
Oh, that's the one with Boba Fett, yes.
But the band members end up going to rescue him, and it's a really cute episode. I do think it was a little teeny tiny bit of a letdown right after the duel, because I just wanted more of that story.
Yeah, they started pretty strong with that one, honestly. They did start pretty strong with that, and I feel like anything afterwards, if you really love that, is going to be like a letdown, I guess. So, I mean, there's that one. What other ones were there? I feel like there's some other good ones that you probably could name. Or, like, least favorite ones. I don't know.
Least favorite ones?
Yeah, there has to be more, I feel like.
I don't think there were...
You got this. I'm sure there has to be more.
Probably The Ninth Jedi, I don't think I paid as much attention to, because
That one had a sequel, too.
Yes, that one did have a sequel.
Did you like the sequel for that?
I did.
So what was better, the original or the sequel?
Probably the sequel.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like this is really hard to talk about.
No, it's not. Just gotta get good.
I don't know. I just think I enjoyed the sequel a little bit more. I was a little more interested in the story at that point, probably because we were getting a continuation.
Okay.
And yeah, it was super intriguing. I did hear, I think we're getting a spin-off TV show of that one.
Really?
Yeah, in 2026. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. That's what I heard when I was looking into...
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's not the one I'd make a spin-off show for, but, I mean, hey, more power to them, I guess, if that's the case. I feel like there's some other series they could do, but sure.
Yes, it's set to release in 2026.
Oh.
When I was looking into when season 4 was coming out of Visions, that one also popped up.
Is there a season 4?
There isn't an announcement for it yet, but there is speculations that if it does happen, it'll be closer to 2027.
I see. Okay. Cool. What else is there for, okay, I don't think there's anything bad otherwise, I guess, right?
No, I had a lot of fun with almost all of these.
Okay, start going off your favorites.
Okay. I really liked Sith. That one was super fun. The music was really, really good. And that was the first time we kind of saw a little bit of a different art style. Like, all of these have very differing art styles from each other, but some of them look more similar than others. So this is when we see like a really, really distinct art style since the duel.
Mm-hmm.
I loved every second of it.
Okay. Sith, I feel like, is a good one.
Yes, it's about an ex-Sith who doesn't want to be a Sith anymore, and she keeps on getting harassed to come back and join the Sith army, and she doesn't want any part of it.
Pretty sure that's a High Republic episode too, right?
Probably.
I'm pretty... You're the host. You're supposed to do research on this. I've seen these already.
Can we... I want to talk about Into the Stars, too.
Okay.
So this is in season 2. This is episode 3. Mm-hmm. This is one that I really want to highlight on because this one reminded me a lot of current goings-on in the world.
Politics. Okay.
And it's about 2 sisters who are... Well, one sister is basically telling her older sister that she misses their mother, and she is basically going on about everything that their mother had done for them. Meanwhile, in the background, like, they're doing a voiceover. In the background, we see everything that the war is causing and how it has literally torn their lives apart. Mm-hmm. And this one had me crying because it is very reminiscent of everything that is going on right now.
Pick a conflict, any conflict.
Literally. It's so heartbreaking and sad, and I just felt like the closest connection probably to this one. This one was probably my favorite since the duel.
Okay, cool. Actually, I feel like, a lot of these touch on the darker side of the war that you don't see in a lot of TV shows. Star Wars has been tackling the heavier side of war and politics the last few shows, and Into the Stars is one of those, I think. Another one is the last episode of season 3 that I gotta highlight because a lot of people highlighted that, especially Black. Oh boy, psychedelic. What did you think of that one?
That one was really, really cool. I
think that had the most distinct tone of the bunch.
It did, and because it's more like a silent film.
Yes.
And you're literally just watching the war happen. There is no talking. It's really just music, and it felt very jazz vibey, which I wasn't mad about. But like, you kind of get lost in the music a little bit. But as you're watching like all of the horrors unfold on screen, it's such a distinct way to tell that story, and it's definitely paid off. And I love what they did, which is why I would be really sad if we don't have a season 4, because if that's how we're gonna end it.
I feel like it's fitting if that's the case.
That is also fair.
I don't know. I feel like that's still fitting at the end of the day if that's the case. Maybe it's just me. Mm-hmm. But we had a lot of very interesting stories, the lighter side and the in-between and the morality stories here and there. I feel like it's fitting to end it from a stormtrooper's view from the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like it's the most grounding other than Into the Stars in regards to politics of war. Mm-hmm. And I think it's the most humanizing in a way of the clones turned stormtroopers, and maybe even because again later on with the Empire they had to get volunteers. The humanizing of just people brought into war in general, because going into another show we'll be talking about later this week, I think on Friday's episode, you've already been watching that show, and episode 2 showed a very serious side of the fallout of the Clone Wars in particular. So even for a split second. So I think even it's such a stark contrast if this is the last season, but I think it's the contrast that works in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's the best way to end your show if there's nothing else afterwards. It's trippy, it's weird, and it gives you an insight not into the galaxy for once, but into an inhabitant of the galaxy, which I think is the biggest thing of them all. Because a lot of these give inhabitant looks, but they are more about the galaxy itself with these people in it than the actual person This is a very character-driven Visions episode, so I think that's a good thing about it, in my opinion. And I think it's a great way to end if this truly is the end of Visions.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, I don't necessarily want it to end. I think this is a really, really fun show that, like, if you're between shows or between movies and you just want a little piece of Star Wars, this is a fun show to go to for that.
Yeah, it certainly is, that's for sure. Let's talk about the sequel to Ronin. How did you feel about that?
I liked it a lot.
Okay, better than the original, or not as good, or just as good?
Just as good.
Okay, because this was my biggest question, because I was like, oh yeah, there was a sequel to Ronin. And it started season 3 much like it started season 1, which, again, not to say there won't be a season 4, but this does feel like if there's no season 4, this was their way of, like, showing there's no season 4, because they brought back these beloved stories for a lot of people.
Yeah.
What did you think of that sequel, expanding upon the Ronin lore in general?
I liked it. I want more from this world. I want more from this character. I want to know how we got to this point. I want to know, like, it's a little bit like Dexter in a way, huh? He's an ex-Sith hunting down Siths, and I want to know more about this character. I want to know how we got to this point. I just want to know more about him, and
I feel like they might explore it in the book. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Okay, fair enough. I thought you did, but...
No, I have not read it yet.
Okay.
I didn't even know anything about this world until I picked up this show.
It's a great world.
It is a great world. I'm so excited and so invested. I want to know more about this. So I was not mad that this one came back.
Okay.
Whatsoever. And if Disney's listening, this is the show
they
that
aren't.
I want.
Which they aren't. Fuck you.
This is the show that I want.
And if you are listening, fuck you.
Jacob Benson.
Whether you're listening or not, fuck you. Anyways, on that note, what about the other side? We talked about the political side, obviously. The more light-hearted episodes, quote-unquote light-hearted. Like, there's a race episode in this, I know. Which, I think that's the claymated one, right?
Yes.
That is. I think that's
mother.
made by Aardman.
Which is funny because our main character's name is Annie.
Ugh. I forgot about that.
She wants to be a racer.
The irony. Oh, wait, there is another character from the lore in this. Wedge Antilles. That's right. Rebel Fleet.
Yeah.
The cat. C-3PO and R2-D2's...
Oh, yeah.
The guy that gets choked out by Vader in A New Hope.
I knew that.
Clearly, he had great importance to your life when it comes to digesting Star Wars media.
I was a little busy. Okay.
S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, E tier, F tier, and then all the way past Z, Wedge Antilles. Clearly, that's where he had the most brutal death in Lego Star Wars, might I have you know.
There's a lot of names,
No, shut your mouth for a second. He had the most brutal death in Lego Star Wars, I will have you know. He got chucked out, and then he got thrown against the wall, and his body broke into pieces. In a cutscene! Oh my God. Like, you expect it in the game where it's like, oh, the Lego pieces. But no, he got choked so hard and thrown so hard, he burst into pieces. I will not have this slander of Captain Wedge Antilles of the Rebel Fleet. Thank you very much. Even though he's basically like Mr. Beast in this world, advertising some racing shit. Carry on. What did you think about the lighter side of Visions? Okay, I feel like, what did you feel like they did better at? The more, like, rounded side and trippy, like, serious side, or the lighthearted side? Which do you think was better consistently?
Well, as someone who likes a hopeful ending, I really want to say that I think they did better at the lighthearted side.
No.
But
I disagree hard.
No, I think that they did better at the non-hopeful side.
The grounded
the
political
one that
side.
tore my heart apart.
The grounded political
over
shit.
and over again.
Yeah. Into the Stars. Okay, so is that better for you than Ronin, or? I feel like that's a really interesting question. I have to ask it.
Into the Stars. See, I don't think it was better than
the
Duel.
Okay.
Only because the Duel I want to know more about. I would be okay with a 22 episode series on that one. I feel like Into the Stars made its point with being 15 minutes.
That's a good way to look at it, actually.
I think it made its point. I think it was emotional, impactful. I wouldn't be mad if we saw more of it, but I don't think we need to.
That's fair. That's a fair way to look at it. Okay. I feel like that's a good. So what about the lighthearted side? Did you like the lighthearted side?
I
at
did.
Least?
I think
like going back to I Am Your Mother.
Yeah, again.
Was that a good episode?
It was cute. It was really, really cute.
Yeah.
I think it was, again, that irony with the pilot being called Annie.
They did that on purpose. I can tell you they did it on purpose because I think that was animated by Aardman.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the fucking Wallace and Gromit people, the tongue-in-cheek guys that are making Pichu and Surfetched Misadventures coming out next year, I think, are behind this. Of course they are. Bastards. I knew it. Cinema.
I think it was really, really cute. And I did like those little nods to the cuter episodes that made you feel like a little bit of hope and not everything is dark and dreary in the world and makes you rethink your life choices.
I don't know. I think that's important. I mean,
It is important.
I feel like Star Wars has gotten better about that. You know what I mean? Like, say what you will about The Acolyte, say what you will about the sequel trilogy. I feel like with the prequel trilogy, and they've expanded on it better since the original, which was the original curator of this stuff. You know, everything in regards to the war has had some sort of fantastical element to it that shows the hero winning. Prequel trilogy really showed the downfall of democracy in regards to, like, you know, you could see on, like, the War of Terror and Republican rise. And honestly, again, seeing that Revenge of the Sith movie in theaters or our anniversary in Boston really hammered home, wow, I'm living these political events in real time. So, there's that. Andor, I cannot wait to get to. Rogue One, I feel like, is the most heartbreaking movie of the bunch in regards to that politicalism. I feel like they're getting better about telling grounded stories that really do show you the reality of war. In a galaxy far, far away, even though it's on a planet not so far away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Visions does that the best. It's different aspects of that realism told through different lenses and different studios. And this is why I love this anthology series and why I love anthology series in general, because this is one of those things where they got different studios and different storytellers. Some anthology series don't always have different storytellers, in my opinion. It's the same voices with some perspective, like, you know what I mean? I think this is one of my favorite anthology series because every studio is allowed to tell their story through different arts. And I feel like the studios work in that regard. Like, if this was Aardman using claymation to tell a symbolic story of Palestine or Vietnam or Ukraine, I'd probably look at it and go, well, this don't seem right. Say what you will, the people behind the show really made sure everybody fit their role perfectly on what story they need to tell.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I liked that. My favorite part of this, I said before, every single episode has a different art style.
Yep.
Everything feels unique, and like you're being told this from a different person each time, and it's so awesome because you get to see all those different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And you're seeing all of these different perspectives, you know, in the Star Wars universe. And I kind of like that we took a step back from the Skywalker universe and we didn't get any stories that were told from the Skywalker perspective.
Yeah.
Something that I'll touch on when we get to Obi-Wan, because I have a tiny little thought that I want to say in that episode.
Wow.
But
okay.
But yeah, I don't feel like it's often in the Star Wars universe, at least so far, that we take that step away from Skywalkers, and it turns out well.
Everything has tied to Skywalker in some degree.
Which isn't a bad thing, but there's more to the universe than just this family.
But, yeah, I agree, but also that the whole family causes the cataclysmic chain events throughout.
Fair.
So, I feel like seeing these characters related to some degree to that family, whether it's Obi-Wan, Ahsoka Tano, etc., seeing that fallout through their lens is interesting. But I do agree, though, that seeing other people not related and just existing in this galaxy is one of the best things, in my opinion. And I feel like it's something that needs to be touched upon more. Like, more about it. Not war. No more war, please, for the love of God. But, as we're living through literally just recently, to be political, our president bombing Nigeria, and Iran saying they're going to start war with Europe and US, so great stuff. Just in time for the new war. New trilogy coming out based on this. Can't wait. But no, I really do think seeing that is great. And honestly, like you said, as much as I'm leaning towards the side of Ronin and the other ones, blah, 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 I do like the lightheartedness, because it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it still gives you an idea of, like, the side of the galaxy that will never always be shown. Like, it's called Star Wars for a reason. But
That's
seeing, like, I Am Your Mother specifically, I think it's cute. It's low stakes, but it's worth it.
Ow's song is another one I want to talk about because that one hits the lightheartedness.
Yeah.
But it also hits like a different kind of battle style. She doesn't use a lightsaber.
She uses music.
She uses her voice.
Yep.
Literally her voice, which I think was so cute. So this one follows a child who does love to sing, but her guardian has always told her that she needs to hide her voice.
Oh no, it's Coco. Mama Coco.
You leave Mama Coco out
No
of
force! No singing! I feel like Megatron. Mama Coco! Don't you roll away from me! This is just Coco all over again, ain't it? Oh no.
What are you gonna do if Coco is in Kingdom Hearts?
Considering... Listen, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist to go off track for a second, but considering our one teaser of Kingdom Hearts 4 shows what looks like it could be set in a Star Wars universe, because you could see the possible foot of an AT-ST, I'm just saying, the parallels are there even more. Close enough. Welcome home, Coco 2. Please continue with your thoughts of this episode. Wait, Coco Dos. I gotta stay in track with the culture. I'm sorry. Please continue with your thoughts on this episode.
I loved it. I think this was a really interesting, unique way. She didn't need a lightsaber. She didn't need a gun to do what she needed to do. She just used her voice, and I think this was a really, really cute way to still bring light to the Star Wars universe while doing something different.
It really is. I feel like it's not even that lighthearted, but more realistic, because it empowers that your voice is a weapon that can be used for good.
Oh, that's good. See, this is why I have you here.
I studied film.
You did study film.
And yet I'm here, working 2 jobs and doing a podcast that isn't paying me yet. Here I am.
Thanks, sweetie.
My degree's working well. Soon you're gonna find me selling feet pics. No, you won't. No, you won't. I will never stoop to that. If anything, I will borrow someone else's. But I do think that's a good way to look. It's a lighthearted approach to an actually serious message.
Yeah.
That I think everyone can relate to, especially now in this time of age. You know what I mean? Because season 1, when did that? No, it was in season 2, that episode, right?
Yes.
What?
That was the last episode of season 2.
When did that come out?
When I was looking into things, it said the production is about every 2, like a season comes out every 2-ish years, so either 2020, so probably 2023.
Oh yeah, that checks out actually. Okay, cool. I feel like the finales to each season get relatively more interesting.
I agree.
The season 1 finale, what did you think about that?
That one was...
I think that was a serious episode. That was...
Yeah, this is the one where a Jedi is on a mission. She's a princess.
Yep.
But she's on a mission with a fellow Jedi, and by the end of that, he ends up saving her life, but it costs him, and he ends up having to become a Sith.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And before that, they had fallen in love, and he decided to become a Sith, but because it was either that or she would die.
These bitches ain't shit.
Which is what I'm talking about. Some of these just have those really upsetting endings where there is no hope for our characters. But that is Star Wars.
Well, that's interesting because I feel like this series got progressively darker with its storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, season 1 was an interesting one. It wasn't too dark, but it was an in-between. Season 2 gave you hope and was like, power to the people. Season 3 basically showed you the actual despair of war. Yeah. I feel like we got more and more realistic about the war side of Star Wars as we went on with the finale, and that's why I don't know if there is a season 4, and if there isn't one, what a perfect way to end it. Yeah. Like, I don't think you can make a more perfect finale to a series than Black, in my opinion.
So as
in
of
regards
right
to
now,
anthology.
I use the app TV Time to track all of my episodes, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
As of right now, every single series that is in the Star Wars universe says finished. Star Wars Visions does not. So It has not officially been canceled, but it also hasn't officially been renewed.
So we could hear something this year.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Well, actually, no, not this year, because technically speaking, it came out this year, so maybe not this year, but next year for a release
We'll
date.
probably
Okay.
hear something about it, but if it does follow the timeline, we probably won't get any episodes until 2027.
Okay, I see. Yep, I see now. But any other episodes you want to highlight?
Let's see.
Anything else in general, even thematically or quality-wise, that you want to highlight? You know, were there any disappointing animation styles or episodes?
I wasn't sure how to feel about Birds of Paradise. The Bird of Paradise. Do you remember that episode?
I do remember that episode.
At the beginning, the animation style came off very Genshin Impact-y. And I don't know if I love that style.
I love you. You did it. Can I shake your hand? You passed the vibe check.
But it also has a couple of different art styles throughout it. Like, it doesn't stay Genshin Impact-y.
Well, listen, the fact that you're out here not liking the Genshin Impact style, I am so proud of you. Seriously, thank you for not making me want to break up with you. Thank God.
No, I do that in other ways.
No, you don't. Don't gaslight the audience to think that's wild. The fact that you don't like gacha game art style, and especially the anime weirdo gacha game style, where every character that's 400 looks 10.
I mean, it's an interesting story, though. Like, I think the only thing about it that I didn't like was the art style.
Yeah.
At least at the beginning.
The story
was interesting. The art style did kind of progress into something different a little later
Which is interesting. Like, they use the animation to tell a story.
Yeah.
Was it effective, at least, for you?
I think so.
Okay.
So it was about our main character. She's a Jedi, but she's not fully invested in being a Jedi or the ways of the Jedi. She really is in it for her own self-purposes. And she ends up... she's fighting a Sith at the beginning of the story, and the Sith ends up cutting her eyes to the point where she thinks she's blind. Like, she goes through the entire episode thinking that she's blind. Mm-hmm. And she ends up going on her own self-journey and realizing what being a Jedi truly means. Mm-hmm. And I think as she's going on her journey, the art style kind of changes. It becomes more detailed and more beautiful. Like, you could tell that they actually put some thought into
Which
this
is smart.
episode as it went on.
Again, the blindness works. Again, they told a story through animation rather than let the animation be a vessel for the story. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot,
But that was the only one where I was kind of like,
So consistently throughout, though, you would say these were hits?
Yes.
Like, genuinely?
I was really surprised to see that not many, like, the reception was so split.
I feel like a lot of people didn't like this because of, like, some of the less, like, the lighter side episodes. I feel like also, though, we're falling into this category that we got to talk about eventually with Star Wars, where people are looking at Star Wars episodes like The Acolyte, like Visions, and Obi-Wan and all this shit. And, like, yes, there are some stupid decisions in shows that don't make sense, but they're also writing these off as woke. So that's another thing to take into account. Mm-hmm. Like, from what I looked at with critical reception, all of these were... I think the lowest rated season was season 1 on, like, if we want to go off critical reception, which is never the case, but if you want to argue the general view, I mean, I don't know how the general public view is. It's 50-50, it sounds, but, like, general view in regards to, like, critical reception, the lowest season was 98%, which was season 1, I think. Mm-hmm. The other 2 seasons were 100% in regards to critical reception on Rotten Tomatoes, I want to say, which isn't the best, obvious, take it as you will. There's a lot of different ways to analyze critical reception, and obviously you got to take the fan or viewer approach more than anything, but it's very interesting to hear more people not like this, because I feel like this was a hit when it first came out, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe the later seasons just didn't hit as well for people, but I swore season 1 was a banger in a lot of people's eyes.
4.2 out of 5 is what TV Time has it as, so maybe not as many people didn't like it as I thought. Yeah. But I remember reading some reviews, and most people were like, meh.
It might be one of those cases where the minority is louder than the majority.
That is also
It might be the case. We could be wrong. Again, to give you complete discredit, we don't or credit to us. We don't really interact with the internet in regards to fan bases. I have learned very quickly on a previous podcast, Flatmates, that apparently to have any sort of what is it called? recognition and, respect, you need to do your research on the internet fan base. So the fuck do I know, I guess. I just gave my opinion on Paper Mario, so.
We probably should do a little bit more research, though. It would be good for the podcast.
I hate the internet. As someone that streams, okay, this is going to sound weird. I always talk about it. As someone that streams and is very friendly, I hate the general public, and I hate the internet. That's weird to say. I don't even really use social media. The most I use is TikTok, and that's to send stupid shit to my coworker sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I've seen people talk about Star Wars in TikTok edits, and it's so putrid. Yeah. It's actually vile.
I know. It's one of those things, like, we obviously are on social media, but we don't really post things on social media. We more just sit and scroll and judge other people.
Oh, I just laugh and I go, man, these opinions would have been destroyed by me back in the day, but I just don't have the time. I don't care enough. I don't care enough about opinions. I don't care enough about rage bait. As someone who's one of their best friends rage baits, both friends, Brian and Connor, I don't care about rage bait. I don't care about opinions. Like, I just do not care enough. You know, I'm cool in my bubble. I do not give a shit. If you're open for actual discussions, cool. If not, what the fuck ever.
That's literally what this whole podcast is about. I know we're kind of getting off the topic, but that's literally what this podcast is about, is just us sharing our opinions on things that we like or dislike.
And we are an anthology series in our own right.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. So, is there anything else you want to say about this series? I feel like you hit some of the highs.
Yeah,
Well, you said this would be a shorter episode. We're almost at 40 minutes. You're a fucking liar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at us talking about this series. Well, there's a lot to talk about. Like, we could literally go through every single episode and probably be here for about an hour.
2 hours, probably, I feel like. Is there anything else you want to say, or is that the general gist of the series?
No, I think that's the general gist of the series. I did enjoy a lot of this. Season 1, there was another episode that I really liked. The TOB one was really cute.
Oh,
It was
yes,
about a little
the droid
who wanted to be a Jedi.
No. No. That's a more lighthearted one, honestly.
And Yuko's Treasure. I feel like I enjoyed the lighthearted ones, but that's just me.
That's just you.
That's literally just me as a person. I prefer something a little lighthearted. Like, the only reason I didn't like 1984 when we read it in high school was because of the ending, because it was very bleak.
And look where we are now.
Yeah, I know.
1985!
I would just like to live in my Disney princess bubble.
No. No, the fuck you ain't.
And just assume that everything has a happy ending, and even though it doesn't. And
well, that's why you're dating me, because you
make me watch things that make me sad.
I bring awareness to shit that you wouldn't know otherwise, because censorship is so alive right now.
No, you just make me watch things that make me sad, like The Last Unicorn.
I mean, that was beautiful. That's a great film. I'm glad you're watching Star Wars because, and you're dating me, obviously, because it brings awareness to these serious things.
You're glad
don't touch me.
Dating you. You love me.
Let me finish my point.
You love me.
Let me finish my point.
Okay.
I'm glad we're dating, and I'm glad I'm getting you into Star Wars because, I feel like this was important for you to start to see.
That's the only reason you're glad we're dating?
Well, I can't say the other reasons. This is a podcast. But I'm glad... now I'm losing my train of thought. Jesus. My snappy comebacks are hurtful to me. But I'm glad we're doing this because this is like an actual thing where, like, I feel like you wouldn't be talking about these things or know these things as much. And I'm glad I burst your bubble in a way because this is important as adults to... Would you fucking please let me have this moment? Stop laughing, you fucking weirdo. Stop being dirty. Stop it. Thank you. You tried. I broke first. You tried. But, like, I'm glad I got to burst your bubble in this regards because, if nothing, I am a realist and activist, and I've made you such an activist beyond compare, and I'm so proud of that. And I'm so proud of you because as much as I know shows like these have things that are tackled that you may not feel comfortable with first, I'm glad, you are because now you're literally, like, with me for Ukraine, for the Palestine funds, for everything. So, it's nice to have a partner that actually is on the same side as you in regards to politics and actually is willing to have these conversations and watch these shows and take that angle. And I feel like Visions brings all these angles to help that even more for you, who still is having questions about these things and is having it answered through me or through the internet and get stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I know you want your happy little bubble, I'm glad it's burst, because now you can have these questions and not be sidewinded when the censorship veil finally drops and it's like, damn, look at that. You know what I mean? So Visions, I think, is a great thing for that, because it gives you all those angles.
Yeah, I agree. I think, once again, it's not really just a side show either. Like, people are going to look at this and think, oh, like I did say, it's a good show to watch if you're looking for more Star Wars content because you're in between shows. But that's not its only purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It is there to let you know that there are different sides to the Star Wars universe beyond the Skywalkers and, like, the people that we've seen in the movies. Like, this war has affected much more than we've seen in the movies, and especially some of the Jedi that we have not met before. Like, this tells the story of a whole group of Jedi that we didn't even know these things were affecting. I love it. I think it's a really, really great show, a really great representation. Probably, I mean, we've only watched 2 shows for this so far. Or 4 shows for this
Technically
so far.
4. I was going to say we watched
Probably
Droids.
my second favorite of the shows.
What was the first favorite again?
Ewoks.
I knew it.
I know you didn't like it, but
It's okay. Okay, it's not that I didn't like it. It's okay.
I loved it.
It's okay, you know? Like, it's okay.
Okay, no, it's probably tied with Ewoks. I would go to Ewoks if I'm just looking for something like really lighthearted and fun that I want to rewatch over and over again because it has that rewatchability.
Yep.
I would go for this if I'm looking for something that has a little bit of a mix.
Yeah, which is fair. I feel like that's the point of these.
Yeah, because I do go to, like, there are times I'm a huge advocate for if you need to cry, cry. Everyone needs a good cry every once in a while.
Don't laugh, cry. Don't laugh, cry. That's my motto of the day for y'all.
So if you need something that's, like, gonna make you cry, but you don't want to sit through a 2-hour movie, like, definitely check out these episodes, because they'll make you cry in 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. They're really good at that, honestly. I'll say it. I was a blubbering bitch-ass puss. That's for sure. But anything else you want to say for this series? I feel like we've hit a lot of good nails in the head. We didn't go through every episode, but again, I feel like we hit the general gist for these, you know?
Yeah. I had a really, really great time with this series. I'll definitely be watching more. I really hope we do get a season 4.
Top 3 episodes. Go.
Top 3 episodes. Obviously the duel.
Number 1 is the duel, right? Like,
yes.
Clears.
Yeah.
What
100%.
What about second?
Number 2, In the Stars.
Okay.
100%. Like, the only reason it doesn't beat the duel is because I want to know more about the duel.
And number 3.
And number 3, probably Ow's Song.
Okay, cool. All right. That's a good list.
Black would be number 4.
Black, oh yeah. I was going to say,
it's
Black's in
there,
my top 3.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
All right, cool.
But you also like silent films.
No.
You do
no,
like silent films.
I like fucked up shit.
You also like silent films, though.
I mean, yeah, I do. But
You're a silent film dude.
That's because I like grew up with that on, like, you know, film class. I studied I studied Charlie Chaplin a lot for, you know, fucking film class.
Okay.
I was there for A Trip to the Moon. I was there when it was filmed. I helped make the goo face of the alien of the moon when a ship crashed into it. I was there when we synced up Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd to Wizard of Oz. If you have not tried that trick yet, you totally should. It's so fun. Have you tried it?
No.
Oh! It's so fun. Watch Wizard of Oz. Sync it up with Dark Side of the Moon, the Pink Floyd album. Really fun. And honestly, it works perfectly. Like, every song hits the scene that's going on. Great Gig in the Sky. Exquisite with the tornado scene.
What's your top 3?
My top 3? Oh, that's fucking easy. Ronin, Black, and I'm gonna go with, In the Stars. Into the Stars. I think maybe, you know, I would swap down Song to number 4 or 5, but that's also because I think season 1's finale, I keep forgetting the name, it's in Japanese, I think, the word. Season 1's episode, season 1 finale's episode. I really like that one a lot, too. Really.
Akakiri.
Akakiri.
Kiri.
Akakiri, yep.
Yeah.
That one was a really good one. But then again, I don't think there was a lot of bad episodes for me to point out. So that's like that's like a ranking there. I just substituted Black into the top 3, honestly.
Okay. Are there any other questions you have for me?
No.
Okay. If you're
I'm ready.
watching along with us, as always, next time we are talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, the TV show. It is a 6-episode series.
It is a very controversial series.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't like it except for the final episode.
Oh, we have another acolyte.
Actually, we have another acolyte, but bigger in regards to the final episode. I won't go into spoilers, but because you're still on it as of this watch through, but the final episode has one of the most impactful duels emotionally, and it has a guest star cameo at the end that you will probably cry at.
Cool. I already cried in the first episode.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Totally
I can't wait to talk about that.
All right. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us in the catch-up corner.
What was your favorite Visions episode? I forgot to. I countered your question immediately. I'm as swift as the Ronin.
What is your favorite Visions episode? Let us know in the comments below so that we can talk to you about them.
Do it. You won't.
All right. We love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye. May the Force be with you.